Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel and welcome to Apex Day. I have got the Pro here, the CB and MB on the deck, but it's going to be the Pro first. Now, it's a Pro iron, but it's not the hardest to hit, it's the Pro, but yeah, that's the MB. The Pro is actually the easiest one to hit. I know it's a little bit confusing, but effectively, yeah, this is the hollow head design. This is the strongest loft of all of the models, but I will say this, and well done Callaway. What they've done is they've actually made within reason, a near on perfect set family of blendable irons. You can quite easily have Pro irons in the top end of the bag, the hardest to hit kind of long irons, the CB and the MB in one iron set, because looks throughout the entire set is near on identical, where even Titleist have got a brilliant blend of how they do their irons. They do look different and they have got distinctive loft differences, where these ones, they just blend brilliantly. So well done to Callaway for that. Now, I'm not a great fan of the satin. I will say that one out loud straight away. I like chrome, and especially in the MB, which is the blade. I still hark back to the days, a few iterations back, when Callaway done the, was it 2019? I can't remember now. But anyway, back in those days when it was shiny. Now they're all going to feel the same, because this is going to be 1025 carbon steel, very, very similar to what Mizuno make theirs from, but this is the old fashioned forging, so there's no high density forging, so it's going to feel absolutely lovely. Yes, this is hollow bodied, and this does change in face technology as you go into the 3 to 5 iron to the long irons. It does go into a 455 face cup, where in the 6 to pitching wedge or gap wedge, or whichever one this finishes down to, this is 1025E steel, so it should feel really nice. Microspheres, there you go, in there as well to try and quiet it down, being a hollow head. So right, let's get it on a hole. Let's go see how the Pro iron gets on when you whack it into a hole. Again, I've got to remember this is 33 degrees for a lofted a 7 iron, so it's not strong. And I'll swing at a certain speed where this is going to possibly be the most used, so I would say mid or so 80s. I'm not going to swing normal speed until I probably get to the MB, because obviously the MB is going to be for the players out there. Right, let's go get on a hole and see how the Apex Pro gets on. Simulator is now on. We are at Willow Crest Golf Club, hole 3 as a par 3 of 165 yards, and I'm going to be swinging this around about the mid 80s or so, sort of 86, 84, 85, hopefully miles an hour. You are looking at someone's going to have to be swinging at a certain speed to utilize this, and it's going to be someone in the mid to high 70s, if not then going into the 80 miles an hour. That's the reason why I'm doing go 85, 86 or so miles an hour to try and keep everybody happy as best I can. Looks on this one very, very quickly. You've got fairly thinished, medium to thin top lines, which is good. You've got sole thicknesses again in the medium bracket. You have got that sole relief, that kind of chamfering off the leading edge and the trailing edge as well. And then blade lengths are, well, again, they look very, very similar, but I've noticed with the MB, it's got a little bit of a stubby, heighted blade lengths. This is normal shape and size. It just looks fairly quite nice. There is a little bit of offset down by the golf ball, but it's so small, really. I mean, it's still a player's iron. Right, let's go give it a hit and see how it feels. This is the important thing. So down by the golf ball, this does not look like a player's distance iron. This does not look like an iron which is designed with a hollow bodied head design in mind. It just looks like a nice normal player's iron. Yeah, feel on that, it's just lovely. This is not a hollow bodied iron. It is, oh, even the green's going in towards the water as well. Got to be careful of that. Good, path is pretty good, face is baby open, that's why I wanted to move to the right hand side. Strike is very, very close to middle, 34 yards in the air, 49 degrees descent angle, and the feel. This apparently is a hollow bodied head. I would not know, I'll be honest. This has to be one of, if not, the nicest feeling hollow bodied head that I've hit. That's surprising me how good that feels for a hollow body. Now, it has got microspheres and all that lot inside the head, but that's just done really, really well. I mean, it doesn't look like a hollow body player's distance iron. Normally they have a little bit more exuberant looks, fatter this and fatter that, but really, I mean, it is the biggest one of the 3, yes, but by no means big. It just does really quite well. I'm, yeah, liking hitting this. That was heavy. That was fractionally floor first. fairly middled, maybe a fraction toe, don't go in the hole. That may have been 6 mil or so high, 7, yeah, I could feel it. Now, on the outside world, there would have been a bit of cushioning on strike on that one, if I'm honest. There would have been a little bit of ground first, marginal, but it would have been. Would I have got the same distance of 161? Probably not. It wouldn't have been far off. I mean, you have got a certain amount of room with these, with the MB and the CB, but especially the MB with the sole being so small, you have to be much more focused on your strike. Where this one, 32 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle, is still working very, very well. And feel is still very, very good. There you go. So that's away from, that's the opposing slightly low heel, trying to get away from don't go in. Dear me. Fast green. Path and face are very, very good. As you can see there, I'm moving away. Slightly toey and high the last one, now I'm kind of correcting. But that's still 33 yards in the air and 49 degrees descent angle. At 159, that's doing really, really well. That's stopping on any green whatsoever. And then you could go to your 6 iron at 49 degrees, that's gonna stop. And the chances are you could also go to a 5 iron and hit it just the way I'm hitting this, and that will still stop. So for me, even at the speed I'm running at the moment, which is 87 miles an hour, 87.3, I could quite easily use this all the way to 5 iron. 4 iron, no, I would have to then move into something like their utility, then a utility iron. Also, no, if you're gonna go down the Apex route, I'd go down the utility wood, because you're just gonna gain more from it. You're just gonna get more height and more control, roll and bulge on the face. It's just a win-win-win. But this does feel very good, and you get a lot of feedback from it. There's a safe side. That's what I would normally hit. I wouldn't normally want to hit in the bunker mine, because I'm starting to swing a little bit quicker. Oh dear, there you go. 2 mil high, 5 mil heel, yeah, that's fine. Path is slightly across, face is slightly closed, that's why it's gone slightly left. 33 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle. 48 degrees is gonna stop on any green, subject to you hitting the green. There is that. I do not want to flirt with that pin, and I do not want to flirt with that water. In the real world, I am not hitting to this. I am just trying to stick myself in the position on this green with the risks there are on the right hand side, with the best chance of par. So, right, one more, and then we're gonna go give it a load of hits, a load of times, all over the face, more than that, to see how well this works. Little bit fadey, trying to calm speed down a little bit, slightly lower on the face, but I mean, that's absolutely fine. Path is 0.4, face is baby open, strike is 4 mil low, 5 mil heel, so fine, absolutely fine, no worries. 32 yards in the air, 48.5 degrees, 49 if you want to round it up. Descent angle, again, that's just doing really, really well. That's 86 miles an hour, so I'm trying to keep speed down to a reasonable level. And when it comes to the CB and MB especially, I'll probably be dialing speeds up because they are more for the players out there, etc. But this is doing really, really well. The standout thing so far for me, absolutely, is just how well and how nice and how good this thing feels. It's very, very soft for a hollow bodied golf club. More so than I would ever expect. So let's go turn this off. Let's go get it on the driving range, turn the camera off as well, hit this a load of times, high, low, heel toe, all those weird and wonderful spots to see how good this most forgiving version of the Apex range is when you don't quite catch it out of the middle. So guys, after hitting this a load of times, 50, 60 or so shots, to capture an average of what this is doing and also the forgiveness side as well, I've dialed the speed down to a 80, mid 80s or so, just because of how this golf club is going to be used. It's going to be a cross-platform golf club. It's not going to be something which is only going to be used by the better player with the elite speed, etc. This can be used by a nominal speed golfer. To be fair, all of these golf clubs can be used by a nominal speed golfer. As long as we're not talking swing speeds drop too low and then distance gap in between irons get too small, it's absolutely fine. So let's go have a look at how it got on. On average, first of all, the ball speed, 110.2 miles an hour, launching at 20.7. This is a 33-degree lofted head, so it is launching at nearly 21 degrees, which is a very healthy launch angle. Spinning at 5.8 and going at 31 yards in the air and descending at 47 degrees at a carry of 155. This is about, I'd say about 13 yards, about 13 yards or so less than my normal carry. Why? Because I'm swinging at 84.4 miles an hour, yes. So trying to swing around the 85, the mid 85 number, because obviously if you swing faster, it will go higher, it will just carry longer. And if you swing a little bit slower, the carry won't be as much, and the peak height won't be as much, and also descent angle won't be as much. So even at 84.4 miles an hour, that is still carrying well into the 150s, 155. It's going up really nice and high and descending very well. And of course, you swing faster, that would just do even better. Efficiency is 1.31 on average. Remember, this is a 33-degree lofted head. It is a hollow body design with a more of a springy idea, but it is 1025 steel. You're not going to go into the 455 full face cup until you get to the 5 iron. I think it is 3, 4 and 5 iron are the 455 face cup. The springier face is the one trying to get the launch in, a bit more ball speed from the long irons. It's just doing really, really well. Attack angle is 3.6 down, club path and face to path is very 0-0. Loft is 28.9, so it's 4 degrees or so D-loft, and a 3mm hill, 2mm low, and standard deviation on there as well. Right, let's go look at the forgiveness. How good does this feel when you hit it all over the face? A couple first of all, so you can see how maxed out numbers work. So 1.31 I think was the average efficiency, although you can go 1.33 if you really tonk it out the middle, face to path, strike and everything is in line. As you can see here, 84.5 miles an hour, face to path is basically 1 mil high, 2 mil hill, very small, and 27.5 degrees aloft, no different to the next one, 27.7 degrees aloft, 2 mil out on the strike, face and path. That is what you are going to max out. You're going to max out here at 1.33, getting all your ducks in order. So let's go have a look at how it gets on with a heel shot. I've got here 10mm heel, 0mm low, so just a normal standard slight heel. Club path is 1 degree from the inside and face to path is 0.4, so very 0-0 on that one, and 27.1 degrees aloft. Its efficiency 1.31, so it's losing 0.02 from its possible from that strike, but still pretty good. If you then deviate more than that, now 14mm heel, 3mm low is now getting 17mm off gross, is now starting to get quite a way off the middle, especially on the heel side of things. And again, face and path are very 0-0. Loft is slightly higher, so that will not help necessarily efficiency, but it's 1.28, which is 0.05 away from perfect, and that's 17mm gross, with a slightly increased loft, less than a degree or so, but yeah, it's just doing pretty well. If you go low on the face, again, face is open by 1 degree, but that's quite small, and loft is 30 degrees, so that's slightly higher, so we'll have to take that into account when we're saying what we're saying about this one. But this is 8mm low, that's all it is. It's not massively low on the face, it is just 8mm low. Okay, so loft is slightly higher, but at 1.29, we are losing 0.04 from 8mm low, and maybe a degree or so too much loft, and that will not help efficiency, smash factor. But if you compare that to the last one of 17mm gross off the heel, and there's 1.5 degree of loft difference, that is it. But within reason, we are running a very similar efficiency from 17mm heel, gross heel, as to 8mm low. So the Apex Pro is very good laterally. We're going to go into the toe side of things at the moment, but what we're finding is that vertically it's okay. It's not great, it's okay. But then laterally across the face, heel and toe, we'll get to the toe now, is actually pretty good. So if you go 11mm toe first, just a standard normal 11mm toe, 29 degrees aloft, and face to path 0-0, 1.31, so 0.02 away from absolute perfect. And that's 11mm toe. That's a standard normal 11mm toe that people hit day in, day out, and it's just going to do every single thing that you expect it to do. It's done really well. If you then move that now to 19mm gross away from the middle, 17 toe, to high, we're looking at face to path again, 0-0, and loft at 28 degrees, so not bad whatsoever, and 1.29. That is 19mm gross off of the middle. to the toe, 19 millimeters, and that is the same or very, very similar efficiency as to what the just 8 millimeters low. The fact that it's a few degrees of loft difference is not going to make that much difference. We are talking about the Apex Pro is very good across the face, left and right, very, very good. If you go low on the face, it is not brilliant. It's fine, but it's not brilliant. Why is that? I think it's firmly to do with the fact that this may be a hollow body design, but it is lacking in the realms of multi-material construction, like a lot of the players' distance irons are. A lot of players' distance irons have tungsten in them, and a boatload of it as well. To try and encourage launch, yes, absolutely, together with the springier face, which a hollow-bodied head gives. But then also to protect against low strikes. The meat of the golf club is behind the strike, especially when it's low, and then you don't drop off efficiency as much. This one doesn't seem to have it. It has got that back plate, that black back plate, which has got weight in it, obviously, and they use that for custom tuning of the swing weights, etc. Obviously, we're not talking about it's a 45 gram lump of tungsten, which some manufacturers have managed to stick into their design of their hollow-bodied players' distance irons. So it does lack a little bit on that one. It just looks like a fat MB, and just the fact that when you look down by the golf ball, you can't really tell that it's the biggest one of the three that you're really looking at. It's still very, very sleek and very, just the feeling is just so nice. This group, this family from Callaway has to be my favorite from the blending side of things. It is just absolutely seamless. You can have a full load of these in your bag and you wouldn't really know. I mean, again, apart from the fact that obviously you have numbers and stuff like that, you could just pick them and choose them, and you won't even necessarily pay too much attention as to what model you have. And to be fair, when you hit it, unlike I suppose when you get into the 5-iron and the 4-iron and the 3-iron, when they do change face technology as in material, then you will potentially find a difference then in feel. But we are talking long irons anyway, and then by that point a lot of people transition into something like the UT, which is Callaway's Apex driving iron or utility iron, or then go into something like the Apex utility wood, which is like the hybrid wood crossover, or go into a hybrid or something like that. That's when they normally transition. So you gain that kind of different feeling anyway when you go into those type of golf clubs. So transition into the 455 at that point is no problem whatsoever. It's a great golf club, it really is. It does everything that I want it to and feels great, looks fine from my point of view. I'd still like it to be shiny and stuff, but again, that's subjective. So again, feel and looks are subjective, but performance does very, very well, especially off the heel, especially off the toe. It's so on the low of the face, but I mean, it all depends on where you hit your golf club as a miss, as if the Apex Pro will work for you. So, hope you liked the video. If you did, go on thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. YouTube likes it, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free and it's great for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. And next to that is a bell icon, that's a notification bell. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.